You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Pat Hoffman.
an inmate at Airway Heights Correction Center. This call will be recorded and monitored. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial 7 now. To accept this call, press 5 now. To decline this call, hang up. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Patrick. I'm out and about, but it's always good to hear from you. I try to take it when I can.
Okay. Well, I was just touching base with you again because I just got through talking with Agnes about an hour and a half ago, and the wife of this one seems to want to push and threaten and all of this and all of that, and I just had a thought that I had to share with you. Whether or not you can record it is up to you.
Yeah.
But these people that are supposedly victims want to break the law and inflict more punishment on me. Isn't it a bit telling that the officer that is supposed to be the victim in my case wanted to do the same thing tonight? That this happened, and the trap that he had set on me and my father fell on him.
Yeah.
That he was told by his superior officer to stand down. The assistant police chief was told to stand down. They refused to do that. That's a little bit telling. Oh, the law is for everybody else, but not for them.
Yeah, you're right, and they don't want to get into a conversation or a dialogue about whether you're innocent or you're guilty. They immediately go into a family feud type situation where they want to inflict as much pain and suffering on you as possible. They want to call the prisons and have you harassed. And I believe that their heart is so wicked and so dark that they actually receive pleasure when they hear that when you say that your cell has been ransacked by the guards and the guards are harassing you, they're laughing and giggling because they're so evil. These people don't have a normal conscience like what I would consider regular human beings. They're all about just they want to see you suffer and pain, and they don't care that you're innocent. It's not even a factor in his thinking. They don't care that you didn't pull the trigger. You know what I mean? So it's a really sad situation. It's really very sad.
But it's like I told you too. All things can be used as a tool if you have the reasoning and the understanding and the intellect to do it. And this is the thing with them. They're digging their own trap again. And this is a telling thing, and it isn't us that's telling. They're telling on themselves, and they don't even know it.
Yeah.
If they knew the truth about the law, they would understand that playing ignorant about certain laws, such as not calling the prison and trying to create problems for somebody, that is terrorism.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because they are victims in this, and I should suffer more.
Right.
That's an illogical place to be at, and it's one where if somebody like the governor needs a way to get a step up, it can turn from me to them just as easily. They don't seem to understand that we're all pawns in this. They had the opportunity to do a good thing by finding that an innocent man was in prison and helping him get free. And they would have received far more accolations about that than doing the blistering type of threatening and non-remorse acts and things like that directed towards me when I gave them an opportunity to step up, and they crushed on it because of their hatred.
Yep.
And that's the telling thing. Hate begets hate. Love begets love. I've offered the opportunity to share in the love that I have with Agnes and with you folks and with the whole of my people. But no, they can't do that because then they wouldn't have the crutch that they need to be able to go into the bar and say, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. Everything has happened to me, and it's all because of that worthless Indian that's in prison.
Yeah. No, I think I think you speak some very powerful truth there, and the thing that you said earlier in an earlier conversation about how he describes himself as a young boy at the fair. I forget the exact story, and his father did not come back, and that you created a situation where his father was killed, and it didn't matter if you pulled the trigger. I mean, this is just, it's like telling a sob story so that everybody will have sympathy, which I do have sympathy when somebody life has been taken, but not when they call the prison.
I do too.
Yeah, as soon as he called the prison, all of my respect and any empathy that I would have for him has gone out the window. That is completely uncalled for, and I just have no respect for that action whatsoever. Yeah.
That's homeland terrorism.
Yeah.
At its very, very best, and it's something that my people have suffered since the white man came onto this continent, and I'm half white.
Yep.
So it's an understandable thing, but at the same time, I step above it because I have 4 chiefs bloodlines in me, and I also have Irish royalty in me. My people have a coat of arms. Exactly what does Mr. Millard have except a sob story and a pity me, pity me. He had an opportunity to step up and to make his dad's name really great because he found the true killer of his father after years and years of his torment and suffering. Instead of that, he wants to lay it on me because it's more convenient. It's easier to blame somebody and not do anything about it than it is to dig up the truth and show the world that you are a man of your word and you're honest.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I'll say this, Mr. Hoffman, he certainly had that opportunity that you just described, but he also had another opportunity. He could have just let you alone. He could have said, I'm living my life, I'm going to continue to live my life, and that your efforts to tell the truth in order to gain your freedom is not something he wanted to get involved with. He didn't have to get involved, but instead when he gets involved, it's all about inflicting pain on you and trying to cause you problems. And so he made the absolute wrong choice. He made the absolute wrong choice.
There's a new law. There's a new law in effect, and it's been in effect since 2016, that President Obama signed, and it's called the Native American Sovereignty Act. And it goes to the point of the fact that even if what I have to say is incorrect, it still goes to the heart of the matter and states that all that they did to me was an unlawful act because we are a sovereign people and the United States government has no authority over us based on that act, and it's retroactive to the time of the beginning when that treaty that President Grant refused to sign and sent the soldiers to clean out all the Indians and move them west to the Columbia River. This goes back to the heart of that and opens a pathway so that all natives that have been abused by the prison system and the law enforcement system may have restitution and closure on cases that affect them and their family. Now, this is nothing more than the tribal council who was elected, and they're corrupt to begin with, to be able to do what they want to do. The son of the man that caused Elmer to be put up on this tribal trespass lands thing, his son, Jack, the one that went through all of the motorbikes and stuff, is now a councilman. And they don't want to face the fact that they still owe my dad money.
I got you.
So, yeah, that's where that's at. And it was about moving us out of the way because we might stop them from putting gaming on the reservation, and for them to be able to continue their coke habits and their coke ring and all of that, and to be able to take money out of the Mount Tolman project in a manner that nobody but those that knew about it were able to get. Well, somebody else knows about it, me, and the paperwork is in court still. The bullets that Elmer shot out of the gun, the casings from that are still in evidence in court. And the truth is that if a forensic expert and a ballistics expert looked at those casings carefully, they would see that those were the only three that were fired from that alleged weapon, and that they had aluminum hollow point bullets in them. Nothing was taken out of Lou Millard, nothing was taken out of John Dick that matched up with that. So, if that wasn't the weapon that killed them, and we didn't have anything else, where did the shot come from that killed Millard? It came from John Dick, his fellow. If you look at and Agnes is willing to send you a full copy on memory stick of the trial. What this lady, this Millard's wife, is looking at is what on the internet, what Jack Burchard put there after this, and it is not truthful. It does not follow the court paperwork.
Is John Dick still alive today? Is John Dick still alive today?
As far as I know, he is, but he's in a wheelchair and he's got oxygen pumped to him all the time. So,
okay.
My goodness, how guilt weighs on an individual.
Yeah, I got you.
If he were honest and truthful about this, all of that would go away, because all disease on this earth is not disease. It's dis-ease. The soul is in guilt feelings, and the only way to assuage that is to admit the guilt and walk away. Guilt is excess baggage, and the only way to do it is to say, "Here, Lord, I'm done with this."
Well, I appreciate that information, and we'll certainly get it out. And if she does have the trial transcript, I would like to get a hold of that. I don't know if that's a possibility, but we can certainly go through that.
We will go through somebody on her end of things that can get you a full memory stick. The trial transcript, as my trial attorney had it and gave to me, is an exact copy of what was given to me. I also have on memory stick the transcripts of the appeal briefs and the decision in the state court, and the appeal briefs and the refusal in the U.S. Supreme Court, and how they worked it so that they could deny my right to justice.
Okay, very good.
You have that at your disposal. All you have to do is contact Agnes and ask her for that, and it will be given.
Very good.
A copy of that will be complete to you.
All
That
right.
way you have points of interest that you can talk about, especially Sheila Cleveland's testimony, John Dick's testimony, and the forensic testimony of the FBI the first time in federal court. The forensics expert said that Lou Millard was killed by a .357 Magnum. It was a full metal jacket that was fired from a .357 Magnum. And funny that halfway through the trial, when Dad had his bullet removed from him, and photographs of the bullet out of Millard and photographs of the bullet out of Elmer were placed side by side, you could see that they came out of exactly similar weapons. So, Lou Millard was packing a .357 Magnum. John Dick was packing a .357 Magnum. And why would John Dick hold his weapon until halfway through the trial, until he got an amnesty promise that he would not ever be charged for Lou Millard's death?
Is that wait, I got to stop you. So he got promised amnesty if he testified in the trial.
Yes.
Is that a part of the court record? Is that a part of the provable court? Wow, incredible.
No, it isn't a part of the court record. It's a part of what the prosecution gave to him when he asked for that. It was where we were going after the lunch break, and the prosecutor knew it, and the prosecutor sent him away, and we couldn't get him back to finish the cross-examination. It was ended there.
Wow.
That's why the judge at her deathbed knew that she had sent an innocent man to prison. Because of all of these things I've been telling you all along.
You know,
she had a full record of it every day.
You know, this scenario where cops lie to protect one another, or they lie on the witness stand in order to cover up what really happened, it's so common. We see that over and over and over again. They actually believe they operate above the law, and we've got to put a stop to it in America.
Well, John Dick took a lot of people that wanted to hug up to the law enforcement arm on the reservation. Every year, there was another one by the name of Bradshaw who got shot in a similar offense 5 or 8 years or something like that earlier by Larry Lemry. He had been to service, and there was problems between him and his cousin who was on the council and stuff, and she made out that he had made threats to her and stuff, and 2 police officers were sent to Ojai Lake to have him removed from there and taken into custody, and in the process they didn't have an arrest warrant or anything. He was unarmed at the time until they threatened to take him in, and he stepped behind the door and pulled out a .223 rifle and had to defend himself, and he ended up going to prison and dying there. Now, after the man that connected Agnes and I together and passed away from cancer, and we found out about it at Coyote Ridge, I made a vow that no more Indians die in prison.
Amen.
None of my people, no more. So, they want to come at me, fine. That's fine, because it only makes me stronger. And the more they fight me, the stronger I will get, until such point as they will give up and run in terror because of the bad things that they try to do to an innocent man.
Amen. Amen.
So, if they don't like it, that's because they're either stupid or they're haters. And if they're haters, they work for the opposition. They don't work for the light, they work for the darkness. And that's that simple.
Yep.
If you rationalize it in a proper and astute manner, that's what it comes down to. They don't want to help good, because when they help good, then they don't feel adequate. The only time they feel adequate is when they're able to hide their own guilt by pointing a finger at somebody else who's guilty. Jesus saved
You have 60 seconds remaining.
from a stoning by saying, "Him without sin cast the first stone." So, that's where we are with this.
All right.
All
Well,
of a sudden, it becomes peaceful and calm because they can't cast the first stone.
Well,
So
we're gonna
have a good.
you too, Mr. Hoffman. We're gonna run out of time.
Has 30 seconds remaining.
We're gonna get with that.
What?
We're gonna get with Agnes about the file if possible, and a letter is on the way to you.
Yes.
And we'll look.
Yes.
You're constantly in our prayers. You're in our prayers, and we pray for
Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Blessings, love, and respect, and hopes to you.
God bless you, Mr. Hoffman.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.